Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are an old friend, then welcome back. If you haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to the video and or the channel. I would love to have you back, and it really helps out. I'm going to start with the burning of the sage and Palo Santo. We're going to cleanse the energy, clear the energy, please, of any and all energies, entities, that seek to do us harm or that are not for our best and highest good. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to breathe in the good and breathe out the bad. We're going to take in the good and remove the bad. Yeah, okay. Thank you. All right. So I got a little bit of a download, literally like in the middle of the night. I'm trying to sleep. I wake up, I write it down, go back to bed. And seems silly because it's like, oh, well, of course, it's almost like a no-brainer when you think about it. But maybe, it needs to be brought to our attention. And that is that the transformation that is happening for many of us, or well, really for everyone, I feel, is healing. Transformation in itself is like healing something. And so when we get that death card and it's the end of something and a transition and a transformation and, a rebirth, it's like you are being transformed. You are healing. It's like insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? And expecting a different result, right? Or because you're just not there yet, not capable of accepting that, like, it's not working, something's not working and needs to change. So it's like finally getting to the point where you realize and accept that something needs to change. And so you start working towards making those changes. And in order to do that, you have to identify what changes need to be made and where. And I think it should always start with you. But once you have gone through all the change and transformation that you possibly can in your current situation, and if you still don't seem to be able to be getting anywhere, if things aren't getting better, even though you've done your part, then you have to start looking at the outside sources and what needs to change there. And you have to realize and accept you can't change anybody else. So then that comes to you again, comes back to you, where you have to make the decision. Well, this needs to change, but I can't change this person. So if this person isn't willing to change on their own, then I have a choice to make of whether or not I'm going to continue to allow this person to be in my life. And God helps those who help themselves. So if this person isn't willing to help themselves, then you have to be willing to help yourself. And like I said, if you've already done all of your transformational healing and work, and this person hasn't, but yet you knowingly continue to allow them to be in your energy and be messing with your energy, then you're not helping yourself. You've got to cut ties, cut loose. All those things. It's like in the Bible, it says if your eye makes you sin, then you pluck it out. Something along those lines. I don't remember the exact verse, but that's the point, right? So it's like if you realize that something isn't good for you, then you have to let it go. And I think the difference between truly successful and happy people are those who realize that and are willing and able to do that. And sometimes I think that it's harder for more empathic people because the idea of having to leave someone behind makes us sad. Because we wouldn't want anyone to do that to us, and we do unto others, right? Because we know that everything we do to someone else, we do to ourselves, and we feel it. So like, if we cut someone off, we feel their pain. And yet we feel our own pain too, so now we're getting the double. We're getting double the pain for doing the right thing. But it must be done. It must be done. Because these people are killing us. They're sucking us dry of all of our energy, of all of our resources, and they are turning us into dark people that we don't want to become. That's what happens if you stay. If you continue to allow them to do these things to you, you will eventually become dark. So in order to stay in the light, you have to sacrifice them. And it hurts, but it helps knowing and understanding that you're actually helping them. Because by doing that, you are forcing them to stand on their own energy, on their own actions. They're going to have to face God themselves. They can't use you as an intercessor anymore. They end up reconciling with God, having a reckoning. And although just like your transformational process was painful, theirs is too. But it needs to happen. So it's like, it's really hard for the empaths out there because we don't want anyone to go through the pain that we had to go through, but we also can't save them from it. So a lot of times that's where you have to accept, what you can and cannot change, right? Like, what is your responsibility and what is not? And to let go of the things that you cannot change. People, places, things. And also, like, the situation and circumstances. Sometimes they are what they are because it's part of God's plan. And you have to surrender and let go. And let God. Okay. That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But I just had to speak from my heart on that matter. All right. So we're going to... that's the card I pulled out. Ace of Swords. Every word that I just spoke is the truth. And for some who actually paid attention, and understood, you will gain clarity. And if you follow that advice, you will have breakthroughs. So, I feel like I could just end it right there. In fact, I'm going to. That's it. That's the end of this video. I'll make another video. I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope, if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time. And I hope that if you haven't already, you will like, share, and subscribe to this video and or the channel as a whole. Thanks so much, and I wish you the best of luck.